Welcome to Lion Pride Sports. I'm Jessica Hodge.
And I'm Hank Langs. Family Day weekend took place this last weekend for the Lions football program, and it was a big day indeed. In the second quarter, Kaylin Campbell takes the short handoff in for a 1-yard score, getting the Lions their first touchdown of the game. The next drive, Najee Jackson floats in a nice 35-yard completion to his main receiver, D. Prince, who's able to run this thing up the sideline, get a couple extra yards, and give the Lions first down deep in Ichabod's territory. Later in the drive, Jackson is going to look for Prince once again in the back of the end zone, but he's going to float it just wide. That's going to lead to a Lindenwood Lions field goal and going to give them a 10-0 score line heading further into the second quarter. With only 22 seconds left to go in the second, Washburn is punting, and it's going to be returned here by Kendall Sparks, who's able to take this thing all the way up into Ichabod's territory on a 28-yard return, giving the Lions one last chance to get points before halftime. With only 6 seconds left, the Lions are able to get one more field goal, up 13-0 heading into half. On the opening kick of the second half, though, we see the Lions with a little bit of a short kick, fumbled here in the end zone by Matthew Harris. He's able to bring this thing all the way up to the 25-yard line, but it's poked out at the very last second. Looks like the Lions have possession. They are celebrating. They are hyped here on Family Day at Harlan C. Hunter. Take a look at this one more time as we see Harris just gets the ball punched out. Knee might have been down, but that's going to be Lions ball heading into the third. Jackson drops back into the pocket, looks for a receiver to the left side. He's going to sail it just a little bit wide. Lions are forced to take another field goal, up 16-0. On the ensuing kickoff, we see a little bit of a short kickoff here by the Lions, as their punter was actually in the game to kick this one off. Corell Ballantyne takes this thing up past the 30, past the 35, up to the 40. He's able to get into Lindenwood territory with a tough stiff arm on the kicker. That's going to set the Ichabobs up deep into Lindenwood territory. Blake Peterson throws a nice little back shoulder fade to his receiver, Jam Brianna Hop, for the 11-yard score. One more look at this on the back shoulder. Just a nice little toss. Lindenwood with no chance of stopping that one. Ichabods get their first score of the game. Ichabods looking for the 2-point conversion, though, quickly to bounce the score to one-possession game, and they're able to find it on the easy pitch and catch. After a stalled Lindenwood drive, Peterson takes the ball and hands off on himself to a QB run up the left side. No one around him for the Lions as he's able to break deep into Lindenwood territory, giving them a 1st and 10 deep in Lindenwood's own zone. The ensuing possession, we see Peterson trying to get around here on the right side, but he's going to get absolutely stuffed on 3rd and goal, and that's going to stall out their drive, forcing them to take a field goal. Field goal attempt goes up, but Bakari Triggs clips the kicker. That's going to be a roughing the kicker call as we get this from the official, and that gives the drive one more little bit of legs as we head into the fourth quarter, where the Ichabods are able to give the handoff up to the right side, scoot into the touchdown, and they're able to even the score up at 16 apiece. Next possession, though, for the Ichabods after a stalled Lindenwood drive. Once again, Peterson floats in a nice, and that's going to be a beautiful catch by his receiver up the right side of the field. Ichabods take one more field goal, up 19-16, their first lead of the ballgame. Lions get a nice pass here over the middle. It's going to be Sparks going to be taking this thing up the middle. He dodges through 2 players, going to take this down to the 5, into the end zone, but he actually drops it at the very last second. Looks like the Ichabods have jumped on top of this thing. Take a look at this one more time. Getting a little greedy here on the run after catch, and that ball just gets punched out. That's going to be a Washburn ball heading into the end of the fourth quarter. Washburn with the ball right at the 50. It's going to be an easy little handoff. Lindenwood has to stop here and a chance to win, and he's just going to run all the way through these tired Lion arm tackles. Defenders looking exhausted. He's able to just walk into the end zone, drag down to the last second. One more look at this one. Knee might have been down here at the end of the run, but at the end of the day, the Ichabods are going to win this one 26-16 over Lindenwood on Family Day.
Lindenwood's women's soccer team struggled developing offense with their 3rd loss of the season. The Lady Lions were held scoreless in their 5-0 loss to number 24 Missouri Western State last Sunday. The loss sets the team back to 3-3 on the season. The Griffins continue their hot start to the season and are 6-0 to start the year. The Lions are back home Friday for a 7:30 p.m. game against Northwest Missouri at Hunter Stadium.
Swimming and diving hit the pools this weekend. The Lions took on SIU Carbonate to start their season. The men swam with the wins in 13 of their 15 events, and the women took home 6 of their 7 events. Grant Williams helped the diving squad with a title in the 3-meter dive. Their next meet takes place September 29th at the Show Me Showdown in Columbia, Missouri.
Women's volleyball was swept 3 sets to none by Rockhurst on Tuesday. The Lady Lions struggled to score points and couldn't get over the 15-point mark in any of their sets. The loss sets them back 8-5 on the season. The Lions are set for their first MIAA game of the season against Missouri Western, 6 p.m. Friday in the Highland Arena.
Cross country returned for the first time this season at the Southern Stampede and some impressive results. The men finished the weekend 10th and the women finished 32nd. Omar Esamali was the top performer for the men with a 17th finish in his 8K run, notching a time of 25:17.92. 3 Lion runners finished in the top 25 over the weekend in total. The team will be back in action September 30th in Arkansas for the Chili Pepper Festival.
Lindenwood's men's tennis team beat William Woods in a dual match 5-4 on Saturday. The Lions won 1-3, number 5 and number 6 in the singles and the number 3 in doubles. The men will be back in action September 29th and 30th for the ITA Central Regional in Bolivar, Missouri.
Men's golf returned from Oklahoma with some impressive hardware of their own. The Lions finished 6th at the NSU Golf Classic in Muskogee, Oklahoma. The men had scores of 291, 289, and 290 across all 3 rounds. Jente Van Doren held the highest score for the Lions, racking up a score of 209 over 3 rounds. Golf won't tee off again until October 9th through the 10th at the Midwest Regional in Eureka, Missouri.
Up next, Hank and I are going to break down the football film.
And we will highlight why the Lions couldn't finish off the Ichabod's last Saturday. Stick around.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
When it comes to saving money,
What? Parents!
don't act like a baby.
Oh, it's like they're having their own little meeting. This is so humiliating.
Be the boss
I'm the boss.
What the?
Power nap. You were saying.
and make a budget.
Let's get to work.
Need a little help?
Stacy, read back the notes.
I can't read. What's it say?
Create a personalized savings plan and get other tools and tips
We can share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
at feedthepig.org.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
We take a step into the film room to look at why the Lions failed to get anything going in the second half.
Yeah, Jess, and it really just came down to a lack of depth at the offensive line, some bad penalties at some bad times, and just some hesitation offensively.
So we have a few examples of that hesitation with Najee Jackson in the third quarter.
Yeah, Jess, we kind of see here on the play, this is a really good example of what Jackson's able to do. He takes a quick 3-step drop, throws it over the middle in between 3 defenders for a beautiful pass here on the post route. Taking a look at that one more time, Jackson's able to drop back, good protection, not a lot of rush, and throws just a dart over the middle for an easy pass completion. But later on in the drive, we see a very similar situation. Quick 3-step drop, not a lot of pressure, wide open receiver here over the middle, and Jackson just hesitates for half a second and has to pull it down. Once again, he's got this receiver just streaking across the middle. No one's near him. This is an easy first down. This keeps the drive going. Jackson pulls it down for a second and he kind of stalls out the drive there.
The defense didn't play poorly in the second half. They just got worn out, it seems like.
Yeah, defense played really well in the red zone, but it was kind of this bend, don't break mentality. But Blake Peterson was stuffed on 3 consecutive plays for them. He tries to take this on a QB draw up the middle, just stuffed in the backfield, nowhere to go. We look here later on, he's going to be looking for the pass here over the middle, and the Lions defend this really well. They got everyone defended. He's forced to just throw this thing away and takes a big hit as well, so he's hurting a little bit. The next play, we see him kind of forced to take the QB draw once again, takes over the right side, and this could have been the play of the game for the Lions. Stuffing him deep in the red zone, forcing a field goal, but we'll see later on that wasn't meant to be.
And standout senior Bakari Triggs got a little too excited trying to block that field goal.
Yeah, if we see on this field goal here, actually Triggs is down here at the top. He comes in and actually hits the kicker at the very end. You can just barely see it. And the defense did a really good job of holding him, but as we see, the referee got him for the personal foul. We were watching this live, I remember, and we were talking about how if this was going to be a big penalty, and it really hurt the Lions here at the end of the game.
And the last nailed drive for the Lions, really, of the game, they fell flat.
Yeah, that last drive was kind of rough. They initially went for a jet sweep here around the outside to Sparks, and he's just shut down because he's got an offensive lineman just in no man's land. The Lions had 2 offensive linemen out this game. As you see the guard pulling around, can't find anyone to block, and he's just stuffed. On the next play, actually, Mason Bendigo, converted quarterback, now playing receiver, tries to get a cut block on the outside, and his man just slams the running back. Take a look here. Bendigo goes to the cut, misses it, and that drives him to the ground. And then finally, Najee Jackson's forced to just take this bad check down pass, and really that's the end of the game for the Lions offensively.
Thanks for breaking that down for us, Hank. Up next, we take a step into the Lions' den to highlight the top athletes from last week.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Welcome to the Lions Den, ladies and gentlemen. Jess, this is my first trip to the Den. I'm excited to talk about some of the best athletes of the week this week.
Yes.
So for me, my number one was actually Megan Hellwig, the women's volleyball player. She's actually been on the list a couple times. The senior libero got her 1,000th career dig this past weekend in a game against Gannon. She had 24 digs the entire game. So Hellwig's definitely been killing the game, and hopefully we can see more of her the rest of the year.
My pick this week is the women's field hockey's midfield and forward, Bridget Hugendick. She helps bring their team to their season 3-0 so far and 2-0 in the ECAC. She helped score 2 of the 3 goals against Bellarmine Knights. The Lions won 3-2 on Saturday in Louisville, Kentucky, and they'll actually be back this weekend for 2 games. They'll be against Mercy College on Friday and against Queen's University Saturday.
I'm definitely going to have to go check those games out and see how
for
field hockey is doing. And finally, my last one, I got Stefan Andrik, the men's soccer player, netted 2 goals this weekend in Lindenwood's 3-1 victory over Quadca Baptist. This is actually, the Lions have been losing lately. I think they've been on a 2 or 3 game losing streak, but got his first goal in the 15th minute, and then later in the 25th put the Lions up 2-0 and kind of ended their losing way. So nice to see Andrik kind of playing well and helping to lead his team.
That's it for Lion Pride Sports.
I'm Hank Likes, and this is Jessica Hodge, and we'll catch you guys next time.